Hi, today I'm joined by Onnec and I'm joined with Paul. Do you want to introduce yourself, Paul?
Yeah, sure. Paul Hogan, and I run Onnec's Global Network Solutions division.
Thank you. So we're going to hear a little bit more about what you guys are about and what you do. Can you take me through where the name and brand Onnec came from?
Yeah, so, Onnec is a new brand, but we've been around for probably over 35 years now. So names that, you may be familiar with would be Excel, Redstone, Keddington, and Load Services. So that's quite a handful. So what we've done is about 12 months ago, we decided to rebrand the company as Onnec. So for us, it's all about the connection. And that's where we are today.
Yeah, amazing. And actually, I recall a lot of those brands. So I'm glad that that's cleared that up for some of our audience. So with those organizations coming together, what do you now do for your customers? What are you about?
Yeah, so we'd be, our name would be heavily recognized in the area of structural cabling. But on the back of doing fantastic work in that area, we've extended a portfolio over the last 20 years. So for us, it's the full network suite. It's the full end-to-end from structural cabling right through to optimize the network. So, in terms of the divisions that are across Onnec, we have structural cabling, we have connected devices, and that's all about the intelligent edge and around the user experience. We have the core networking, and obviously, networks are moving from wired to very much wireless today. And a lot of the networks are becoming software defined. And we have a managed services practice, and that's around owning the customer experience. And then finally, we're very excited about our new product and our new solution, which is called Onnec IQ, which is our MSI solution. And that's all around building management, and it's around sustainability, and it's around carbon footprint and being responsible and helping customers on their journey.
Yeah, it sounds like you've really thought about, with those organizations coming together, what you want to be famous for. Some of those things you mentioned there around IoT and the consumption side of things. Talk to me a little bit more around why you chose those areas of market to go into.
Yeah, for us, if I talk about networking, it's what's really important is owning the customer journey and understanding the customer's business outcome. For us, we've a lot of our customers we've been with for over 30 years. We understand, the challenges that they're faced with. So it's becoming less about the areas around where the network resides. It's very much driven around data driven and ensuring data is safe and secure. And there's new ways around delivering technology today. So we have to be relevant and we have to adapt. But what's really important is our engineering heritage and making sure that we look after our customers. And that's our differentiation. It's we have some of our engineers that look after our customers, have looked after those customers for over 25 years. And we're really passionate about that because for us, it's having a customer for life.
So Paul, that's really interesting. We've heard a little bit about your organization. We've heard how you help and support your customers. With those long-term relationships, how do you keep up with the pace of change? Obviously, the world is very different than what it was 20 years ago with some of those organizations. How do you support your customers on that journey?
Yeah, look, it's a great question. I think, the key area is, technology is changing and adapting so much and how it's delivered, right? So, very much edge to cloud. And it's not about the data, but it's about the integrity of that data and keeping that data secure, right? So customers, new roles are being defined, like the role of the CISO. There's areas around risk that is coming front of mind for public sector and for large enterprises. It's becoming a big challenge today. So I guess the way we've had to stay relevant is stay very close to our customers. If you take something like the way technology is for something like if you take energy utilities or manufacturing, that kind of side, there's a huge area and discussion point right now around cyber, which is where the inflection point that sits between IT and OT technology. And for us, that is really important around having that secure layer and making sure that the data is secure. So that is around staying relevant and being on the front foot. So for us, our thought process is very much driven around looking at the customer environment, looking at their business outcomes, staying really close to the customer, and being passionate around supporting the environment and what is the right requirement around where they're going with their technology.
Yeah, no, and that sounds exactly what we see from a distribution perspective. We get to obviously see the market trends and the way that things are changing. And certainly those are some of the key topics that we're seeing customers like yourselves adapt to. And actually partners like yourself that do adapt to those solutions are much more successful, certainly with their customer bases. Paul, tell me why Aruba was one of your chosen networking providers.
Yeah, we've been working with HPE for quite a long time, right back 20 years plus. And we're really passionate about that relationship. We're invested in that relationship. So that goes right back to the Tricom days, right up to the Aruba portfolio. We made a decision a long time ago to double down and go very deep into the Aruba portfolio. And we've been hugely successful. We've over 200 customers on the Aruba platform. Some of those customers have been with us for over 20 years, which is fantastic. And we're passionate about delivering the right level of service for our customers. And what comes with that is, the level of certification and accreditation and making sure our engineers are badged up, our service professionals from the full suite, from a level 1 service call right through to a field engineer. So for us, we're really passionate about making sure we have the right level of accreditation. We've got gold partner status, which is really important for us. And we've got some fantastic customers in across all industries. And that journey will extend into the future. So we're really, really pleased with that.
So your partnership with Aruba is really strong. You're a gold partner. That's amazing. Can you tell me a little bit more around why HPE and what hybrid means for you in the world that we're moving to at the moment?
Yeah, so look, we decided a long time ago to go deep with Aruba. We chose 2 to 3 very large enterprise class network providers because that lends a lot of credibility when you go deep and you have the highest level of accreditation. From service desk to engineers to that heritage of working with the vendor, and obviously TD SYNNEX, we're really passionate about the partnership. So when we look at areas around the portfolio and around the thought leadership from a HPE perspective, it's very much linked with ours, which is hybrid IT. So when I talk about hybrid IT, it's not about the data, it's about where the data is from and how you make it meaningful and make your data secure. So, customers are grappling with the whole area around on-premise. So, you'd have some customers that we work with in the energy utility space. They would have, their requirements would be having their workloads on-premise, because for security reasons, similar with the financial services sector, that's very important. It's around those assets and it's great for some companies that are fortunate that to be born in the cloud, but I guess 90% of the customers that we work with and have worked with extensively over a number of years have workloads that reside all over the place. So some, as I said, sit in, on-prem, some are in private cloud. So they want the public cloud experience, but they need to keep some workloads back. And then there's a huge push, obviously, to move workloads into the public cloud, right? So for us, it doesn't really matter where the workloads reside. It's making sure that that data is meaningful and it's kept safe. And obviously, in relation to the analogy regarding IT and OT, that we have very much a secure network that's in place for all customers today.
I think the one thing for me that really stands out is you absolutely know and understand your customers. You're looking forwards to what's changing in the marketplace, really understanding what's going on with those key trends, but not just the trends, actually looking at what's right for your customers. You mentioned a couple of utilities companies and financial services. Are there any specific areas that you as Onnec are really strong in and have lots of credibility with customer references that our audience could take insight from?
Yeah, so I mean, we've got customers in pretty much all the verticals, and without name checking the customers, we have those customers that have been with us for quite a long time. And what's interesting, I guess, what's unique from an Onnec perspective is, we don't try to go too broad, and we are that end-to-end network provider in a very specialist area. So I guess we've got a great vantage point from owning the structural cabling discussions right through to the connected devices, the core network, and how that network is managed, run, and in a secure way, and also the smarts on that and the MSI platform, which is our Onnec IQ platform that we're developing as well. So for us, I guess we're a really fortunate position to own the full stack from a networking, from structural cabling right through to optimize the network. For us, when we engage a customer, it's in a workshop and a discovery basis, understanding their current environment and their business challenges and around how we can support their objectives. So we would get into a discovery design discussion, then that would move into a migration workshop. We may go to deploy the technology, and then very much the relationship starts, which is the service experience. So right through to the life cycle. And for us, everything around sustainability is really important. So I guess working with TD SYNNEX and with Aruba, we're really passionate about that whole area and messaging around sustainability. It's not just a tick box, it's really important, and we're leading from the front. So for us, we have targets to ensure that 90% of the equipment that we support does not go into landfill, that gets recycled, repurposed. And, there's new ways of delivering networks. So networks in the last 2 years have dramatically changed.
Yeah.
And I know, TD SYNNEX are spending a lot of time on this, as are we with Aruba, on the move towards consumption. So it's not about, it's becoming less around capital investment, around putting big chunky equipment into data centers. It's very much around, is there other ways we can deliver that technology? So consumption is very important. Technology is becoming software defined, and obviously we need to make sure that our data and our network is secure as well.
Thank you for joining us today, Paul. It's been really informative. I've learnt loads, and I've been working with you guys for quite some years now.
Thanks, Victoria. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining us. If you want to hear any more information about the Onnec group or want to start working with them, please get in contact ASAP.